every shop as it is.
But now listen, I think it's much more important to go to see every show.
Exactly.
Here.
We will.
So now it's 14 hours and what?
It is. It's about 14:30.
3 minutes.
Well, at 3 o'clock we have Orient. At 3:15 Nazca. 15:30 Maya. Have you seen Maya?
Yes, we see mine.
Yeah, you saw everything.
Yeah.
Challenge. I've not seen Challenge. Das ist eine verrückte Geschichte. Okay.
Okay.
Are you satisfied about everything that you've done in your life? Because it's a wonderful part.
Not everything. I'm satisfied about my books.
Yeah.
We have a total edition of about 62 million copies.
In many different languages.
Yeah,
yeah?
in 30 languages, which
30
is not bad. So that really means you bring people to think.
Yes.
You are moving something. But of course, most of the people on this planet, they don't want to know what we declare, what we say.
Yes.
And some part of the scientific community is not interested at all. They call it all, it's all shit, it's all
Yes.
garbage.
But it's easier now than it was when you started 30 or 40
Definitely,
years
yes.
ago.
40 years ago, even 20 years ago, I was just ridiculed all over.
Yes.
In the meantime, the situation has changed. Maybe it's a respect of my work or of my age. And some of the clever people, they start to realize that I'm probably not so wrong.
Well, I
Some
think
of the ideas.
Graham Hancock has probably learned a very
I
good
know
deal
him,
from
yes.
you. You know him well because he's taken your work further, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
But once again, this
Zecharia
is,
Sitchin too, others,
Zecharia
many
Sitchin,
others.
yes.
We know each other.
yes,
We all know each other together. So.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, it takes some generation before you change the mind of the people.
well,
It's not the quick thing.
it's a big team effort, I think.
He's, except you, he's no, no, there's another man here, okay. You have 3 men along all this.
That's probably my machine.
It's always the women who are more aware. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Yes.
Yes, I understand that.
But things are changing, Eric,
Yes,
and it's a team effort. One of the reasons why I wanted to meet you was to thank you, as I said, because you were one of the people who really got this ball rolling
Well, that's true.
back in the 1960s, and now
1968, yes.
and because you had a tough time when you started your book, it's made it much easier for other people to follow. It's like the guys who go into the jungle
course.
first of all, you know?
But you know, I had the manuscript of Chariots of the Gods, Chariots of the Gods heißt Erinnerung an die Zukunft, auf Deutsch, der erste Buchtitel. The manuscript was finished in 1966 already. And I sent it to 20 German publishers and Swiss publishers. They all rejected it. They all sent the manuscript back with the usual blah, 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 blah. It's not scientific, it's not the way we can publish it, it's not belonging to our program and so. And finally I was lucky, I was the manager of a hotel at that time, a first-class hotel. And in my hotel I had an editor of a big German newspaper. And he said, hey, I know one of the publishers, we could phone him. And he phoned. So finally, I was lucky to get Chariots of the Gods published in Germany. And the book was already published here. After 3 weeks, it was #1 on every bestseller list. And then comes United States, England, and so on.
Yes.
But
But
it
actually,
started all with-
it was like the right thing at the right time, wasn't it, in some ways?
I was never calculating the right time. I have been accused later. I did it just on purpose on that time to make money. It's all garbage.
Sure.
The manuscript was finished 2 years ago. Earlier, I just could not find a publisher.
Sure, sure. But it's nice to be right, because you must have sold millions of copies of that
Great
book.
Switzerland. Yes, we have sold millions of copies, but I made not millions of money. I mean, sometimes you had an year where you earned 600,000 Swiss francs, which is brilliant, but at the same year you just spent 600,000 Swiss francs
Yes.
for some expeditions and helicopters and jungle and stuff and measurement.
Yes.
So the money comes in and the money goes out.
Yes, yes.
But we are working scientifically. In the kiosk there, you know, in the shop, there is a leaflet only in German language. Das findest du das blaues Ding, das ist gratis übrigens. Das heißt auf Deutsch, in Nazca stimmt etwas nicht. Something is wrong in Nazca. It's only in German language. You can't listen. So we have given order to the Technical University in Dresden, special part for technical, to make certain measurements in Nazca. And the result is absolutely crazy. Nazca
What
is
do you
crazy.
mean? Can you explain more?
For example, under the lines, we found very strong magnetic fields. You can measure them. You know exactly. It's 2.5 meter deep in the ground, but you have no possibility to dig there. This is all under terrible control. If you just take a little stone away, you are under arrest. Or we find the change of the electric field. So look, if I put 220 volt in here, and I have a measurement instrument, and I measure here, so how is the current? Was it flowing? So ist der elektrische Strom geflossen oder nicht? And we have made 50 points in the desert, and in the desert, of course, there is no electric flow because sand is as a high isolator, like ceramic, for example.
Sure.
But on the lines, the flow of the electric currency was 8,000 times higher than just next to it in the desert. You find all this in this booklet, with the pictures, with the measuring days.
What's your own theory about the Nazca lines, Erich? Because it's a real mystery. I mean, that is a real mystery.
Yes, I'm sure there were extraterrestrials. Not in the sense that they needed an airstrip. They don't need an airstrip.
Sure.
There was some sort of machine coming down, like a shuttle. And they were looking for raw material. I don't know what sort of raw material, uranium, copper, or whatever. They were looking for raw material, and they were digging away the raw material. And the natives could not understand what was going on. The natives were afraid. They were thinking these gods were coming down. And only after the extraterrestrials left again, so to say, when their tank was full, they had some lines on the ground, and they said, there, the gods made these lines. And now the natives, they start to produce lines themselves.
So they were imitating the gods.
Imitating the gods. And finally a priest had a good idea, they always had a good idea, said, we have to show them signs up there. We have to show them that we are here. So now in the lines they start with gigantic figures of fishes and monkeys and spiders and birds. Anyhow, but the main thing is they will return. Be sure about this. That's the changing. And people like you, people like me, maybe people like them, we have a sense for this. We have a feeling.
Oh yeah.
We know that something is coming.
Absolutely.
And this is not just imagination.
It's why I'm here this lifetime.
It has to do with our genetic code, with the information which we have in us.
Sure. Are you optimistic for the future of the human race? This is a big question.
It's a big question. Nobody knows. Of course we will survive. Whole humanity will never be destroyed, even if we have some catastrophes and so forth. Some will survive, and then we continue the next generation. So the game is Listen, I have to.
So the game is not over yet.
The game is never over. The game continues all the time.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Just
for
read
your
my
time.
book. She read it here.
Yes.
False informed, and go to the Nazca stuff here. Please. Ich hätte lieber auf Deutsch nur, es ist viel einfacher.